Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Can you hear me okay? Can you guys let me know if you hear me all right? Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to ask you guys for a huge favor. Can you guys tweet this out, get as many people in here as possible? For two reasons. I want them to hear what's going to be said, and I want to make sure lots hear it. If you guys can help me out, that would be awesome. I'm going to get Xenia. She's on Twitter right now, and let her know to tell everybody to come over. If you guys can just bear with me for 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay, guys? Let's get the word out as much as possible. And then we're going to explain what's going on. We're going to cover some stuff here right now. You're definitely not going to fucking want to miss this. I'll be right back. Sorry, guys. And welcome back. Welcome back. We're going to get into it, guys, in a minute. We're going to talk about everything that happened. Like I said, I just want to get some... make sure there's enough people in here, guys, so we don't have to repeat everything too much. That's why, if that's all right with you guys, if you can help us out, because we did this one on the fly, we really need some help to push this one. If you guys can let people know, that would be awesome. I got some things to say, and it's not going to be too popular with some, but really, honestly, I couldn't give a shit. I really can't. That's what they want. That's what they're going to get. So, there we go.
I'm just going to put the post on a community page and...
So I apologize, guys, for waiting. I appreciate your patience. If you guys, thank you, Jackie. The more they can tweet it out, the better, guys, because it's not going to get as much push because of what's just happened. So if you can do that, that would be absolutely awesome. So, why? Don't worry. I'm going to get into the why. I can guarantee. Where'd you put my phone? Thank you. Don't worry about that. I will definitely handle the why. I've always thought that we've given everybody a lot of tips along the way about being on YouTube and what we've learned as we've gone. We never said we were gurus. We always said you were kind of following our experience as we go. I got a tip for you coming up. Don't worry. I got a very big tip. It's funny, even one of the ones that's griping about us just joined our channel within 3 minutes of us getting flagged. What a coincidence. Another channel's been around for a while, you think would know the difference by now. At least I'll hide that, but that just shows you what you're playing with. Thank you very much for the super chat, Exploring Greg. Do appreciate it. Do appreciate it. So, guys, like I say, just bear with us for a minute. We're just getting this sent out. Then I'm going to talk about it because I want guys. Not many knew this was going to happen. We certainly didn't know this was going to happen. We're not surprised, but you can't plan the moment. So this one's not going to get as much push. So if you guys can really get it out there, as many people, that would be awesome. Just so we don't have to repeat it too many times, because then for you guys saying in the chat, it gets redundant, and I certainly don't want that for you. I've seen what channels do a redundant. That's mostly the ones that are probably did what they did tonight, most likely, is because that's their style. Thank you very much for the super chat, guys. I appreciate it. It's yeah, we're pissed off. This has been a long time. This has been the same childish, idiotic behavior that we've grown to be accustomed with on YouTube. So no surprises there. This is not the first time we've had our channel flagged. It's always a wheel night, and YouTube always gives us the all clear. They've done it many times before. This has been going on since last summer. There are some together that have been bonding, and they don't hang around all the time, but you can see the common 2 or 3 that show up in every one of them. That's kind of the glue on this round of it. And you know what? We're still here. And the wheel is fine, and it's been checked about roughly I'm just taking 10, 12 times we've been flagged with it. Somewhere
This
around
is
there.
what is so ridiculous, you know. And like I said on Twitter, I'm not gonna keep my mouth this time. Usually Andrew does this on his own, but like this is enough is enough. I hate wasting time. This is, I don't know, 12th, 13th time already it has been done. Like, come on, grow up, read your community guidelines, maybe.
Yep.
Do you really think that we giving out tips on community guidelines and the latest updates that we don't know them? We have read them through and through, probably even more than half of the people in the chat. But that's why they are in the chat, because they know that we do it. And most likely the one that flagged us again have read it maybe once, if even. Like, seriously, stop being worried about other people's channels. Work on yours. We are not the problem why you're not growing. We are not the problem why you're not getting views. You are. If nobody's watching you, that's your content. If you're not getting in a search, that's because you haven't done the work. Stop guilting everybody else. Like, this is ridiculous. It's such a waste of time.
You guys travel around. You see channels that all of a sudden they're doing one thing, and then they become like the warning channel for everybody, and they all care. It's always been the same thing. Every 1,000 we've ever grown, we watch some become evangelists all of a sudden. Every 1,000 we grow, some of them have seen the light and realize how evil it all is, and blah, 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 fucking blah, onto it. It's been that jealousy that's fueled them right to the bottom, and that's fueled the bitterness into the whole thing. And this is the childish shit that they come onto. You know why? Because they have this delusional thought that even if we were gone tomorrow, even this worked, even though it's been done to us like 10, 12 times, whatever the case, we're still here and we've still grown. And even if we were gone tomorrow, finished on YouTube, Puša Studios ceases to exist. Boring is still boring. Blah is still blah, and pointless is still pointless. And there's 2 billion channels out there. So it's not one channel that's keeping a channel from getting ahead. Sucking is keeping a channel from getting ahead. And not being able to admit for once and for all, oh, maybe people find this pitiful. Maybe find this too. Maybe they find this boring. Maybe they find this relentless. I've heard every fucking excuse there is to be had on here. Every one of them. Tenfold over. The same one. It's like the greatest top 40 hits of blame everybody but myself. When you suck at something. And you know, sometimes it's time to move on and try something different. It's no one channel, no 5 channels, no 10 channels, not even 1,000 channels, because there's many millions more coming around. People are watching for what they want to watch. We're talking about a wheel, a generic wheel that was downloaded, not even downloaded, look at my terms I'm using, taken from a website that were free to use. But it's not, the wheel, it could be an octagon, it could be a triangle, it could be dancing lights, it could be whatever the case. Whether you want to admit to it or not. And Xavier and I are pretty modest by most times. But I am going to say it. We are damn good at what we do because we work hard at it. 6 nights a week for a year and a half, getting better. And you know what that meant? Not worrying what everybody else is doing, talking about them behind their backs and what they're doing, talking with groups about how to handle it, having to be a group so we feel like we can matter. None of that. None of it. Not a fucking bit. Guess what we did? Here's the secret. Oh, he's going to reveal it. Been waiting to hear what Puša Studios does. It's so good. I bet you they put a USB key in people's heads and control what they watch. Subliminal messages. MU free music is not really MU free music. It's got backwards messages telling people to watch and subscribe and do all this stuff. No, it's because Xenia and I are good at what we do. Okay? You know what? I realized something the other day. I was saying to a friend of mine. I've been racking my brain with that every 1,000 it seems a new group was pissed off at us. A new group is bitter. A new one's then call us fakes, phonies. We've bought ourselves. We're fraud. We're everything wrong under the sun. Every one of them's been pissed off is the ones that are based on a super chat mode of survival on YouTube. With a content that will never go anywhere chance having the chance to be endorsed by anybody, actual, real support from companies that can invest into it. None. It's always been the same thing. It's the super chat driven mind that drives all this. That's not a channel. When it only survives on that, it's pointless. It is great to get super chat. Nothing wrong with super chat. We appreciate super chat. But if that's your sole point of being on YouTube is to be dependent on super chats, you're screwed before you even start. I mean, imagine going to a bank manager. Yeah, I'd like to get some camera equipment and all that. Oh, good. Oh, good. Okay, what are you doing? Oh, I got a business together. What's that? Well, people, I'm just going to keep rounding them off and off and off, hoping they'll just throw money in the chat only. Well, you're going to want corporate sponsors and stuff like that. You want something more secure as well as that. Like that ties in nicely as tips, but it's like tips if I understand right, because you are like a performer. They give tips if they like what you do. No. We're not going to be setting. We have nothing here that's going to ever have a chance of having any corporate interest into it. We're set up solely for super chats and PayPals. Not even a Patreon, because we're not even going to set up a hierarchy of anything to offer in there. It will strictly be on that.
Merchandise, Jack. Who cares about merchandise?
That
Who
means
needs
nothing.
That?
No, that's too much work. And then it's easier to hate on all the other channels because, oh my God, if I get rid of a couple of them, yeah, in my head, I actually think in YouTube there's 20 channels total that they're going to be gone away, and then I'm going to be just rolling in it. I mean, is it not the stupidest thing you've ever heard in your life? And there is a couple that would just love for me to mention names tonight because they'd so love to piggyback onto it. Never. Good luck. Good luck. I mean, the whole thing is insane. It literally is insane what's going on here. Why do I always go on so much about how I hated the 1K, 4K? Here you have it, folks. This is what it comes down to. Bad things happen to people. Swatted, dogs, all these things. Channel shut down. All these things. Everything that's gone on here. Because people have lost their minds and forget what YouTube is. They're starting to think it's nothing but a damn social media. And it's not. It's not. Yeah. What do you think? Peter McKinnon and all those guys were excited to get big so they can get super chats? I've watched Linus Tech Tips yap away with 44,000 in the stream. $100 chats flying by and he doesn't even blink an eye. It's because they've built to something that's actually a show. This is what people are missing in here. A show. 3 hours long we do on here. There's a beginning, a middle, and an end. There's a point to it. We've ended these with 100 people in them. And I hear some of them like, oh my God, I can't end it because there's 20, 40, 60, 80 times. So you're going to drag it on and kill the horse instead of letting people want to come back another day and watch what you do. I see so many of these problems right there. None of them want to hear it. They want to sit there with blinders on. Then sit there with blinders on. But you know where you got yourself. So, unbelievable. The childishness of this place. And like I said, you can see it everywhere. You know what I'm talking about. It's very easy. This happens every time we get a new run, don't like us, and something like this happens. It's pure, utter sabotage. And anybody wants to wear a crown for doing it, go ahead. But you don't deserve it, and you won't have it. That's all in your head. You want to talk yourself into being a hero, a Robin Hood, or whatever? What people here are controlled to be here? None. Zero. So what is bringing them? Let's break down the paradox that is Puša Studios once and for all. So many have tried to tell us what it is. So many have tried to guess what it is. Well, let's figure it out right here. Let's do it. What is controlling people to be here? I see lots of people in here. They seem to be real. They look like it. I don't have 200 computers right now playing up identities. Okay, so we're going to talk about that part. Then you get into the whole point of, well, they do it just because of the wheel. I don't know. We've done other things besides the wheel, and guess what? People came. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
That's a paradox
Do you
right there that
actually
doesn't make
watch
sense.
our channel to say that? We have plenty of other things that we're doing. Wheel is only 2 times a week, okay? There's rest of the things that are getting the same or even more views. And if you're wondering, well, you know what? Those
Jealousy.
are not real. That's not possible. Well, maybe try to promote yourself. All I do for the first half hour of the show and half an hour before the show starts is putting it everywhere I could possibly can. Discord that we are part of, Twitter that we are part of, Facebook that we are part of, Instagram that we are part of, email messaging that we are part of. It's an hour of promoting a live stream. So yeah, yes, we get a lot of people because we put a lot of work into it. It's not just press the button and hope that 200 people is going to be showing up, because they won't.
Here's what they do. The ones that are griping about us are happy to spend 15 hours griping about not just us, but anybody who's getting ahead, and then put out the same mundane pile of cow shit. That's the way it's always been on here. I've always compared YouTube to like a workplace. So we're going to do workplace for a second. You ever, all of us have had, in schools as well, the three that sit around and complain, oh, look at that guy, he's such a kiss ass. Oh, look at him. There he goes. Look at him. Oh, the boss asked him to do something, and there he goes. Look at him go. Look at him go. He's just a kiss ass. Doesn't he make you sick? Don't you wish he was fired? Look at him. What a fucking kiss ass. Shouldn't even be here. He's not a kiss ass. He's the only one doing his damn job, and that's why he's getting ahead. And then when he gets promoted, they all get even more bitter at him, like he's done something wrong. When if they had him been doing the same job he was doing, maybe they'd be promoted. I mean, it's insane. Do not... Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm telling you. I'm not mad about the flag. We'll get that fixed. It's always been happening. And guess what? We're back on. Hi. YouTube is okayed at 10, 12 times before. What, now all of a sudden they're going to see the light? Oh, I don't know what's wrong, why they can't see what's wrong with it. Well, I can't tell you why it's taken down when it should have been taken on. They just gave the... No. But you don't think we've ever had a manual review before because of it?
Well, the people are trying to be YouTube police. It's like, people who are policing the police. Well, that's basically what they have become. It's people that are policing YouTube itself. YouTube doesn't matter. The reps doesn't matter. The guidelines doesn't matter. We know better. No, you don't. As long as we are within the rules, we're fine. So maybe stop watching us and wasting your time if you hate us so much, and go and pay attention to your own channel.
Wouldn't it be better? I've had people that despise us that was bigger than us, and I made it my futile attempt to get ahead of them. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I don't worry about them, because every moment I'm worrying about them is a moment that my channel could get better. Every moment. Every moment counts. Like there's not enough to do in life. Xenia and I bend over backwards on here. That's what it is. There's all the secrets coming out. The whole discussions, you didn't know. There it is. It's a lot of work, and most don't want to do it. And I get that, and I'm not holding anybody against it. It's insane what this thing is. And it's not like we're living high in the horns. Do you think we're getting adequately paid for what we do? No, but it's an investment in what we do. And we know we have to climb the ropes. And we know what we have to do to get there. And most of them don't want to take the time to do it, especially the ones that complain. And whenever they say, I'm not jealous, you know they're jealous. And whenever they say they're just trying to help you out, you know why they're saying it. Because otherwise they wouldn't be talking about it. They can candy coat it whichever way they choose to do so. But it's always the same line of crap. Pure and utter jealousy. That's what's fueled it every time, and every thousand. I've told many channels here especially. As soon as you hit 3,000, that's when it starts the most. That's when it really kicks in. I don't know what it is about that number, but it seems to really trigger it off. And the ones that loved you and championed you, now you're awful. Now you're a disgrace to YouTube. You've ruined it for everybody, and the platform will cease to exist just from what you're doing on the channel. But if they're doing stuff like this, it just shows you what kind of a disaster they are. That's what kind of a disaster they are. An absolute walking disaster on legs. And that's why they're jealous. Plain and simple. I've never seen a point where you should be sorry that you hit 10,000. But they'll do it the right way. They'll do it the right way. We'll do it organic. Doesn't matter what happens. That's all organic. It's all organic.
So
Funny.
If a bigger YouTuber shouts you out on Twitter, that's also organic? Yeah. 2,000 people come over to subscribe to you. Nobody watches you. They just came because you got shouted out.
Oh
that's
my God.
organic?
Oh my God. Casey Neistat shouted out Peter McKinnon and got him 600,000 subscribers. He never grew organically. Oh my God. Oh my God. Peter McKinnon has been living a lie, folks. You heard it here first. He's living a lie. He had 1.1 million, but then Casey Neistat shouted him out and he got 600,000 in about 3 days. He's not organic.
Nope.
He might as well be playing the wheel at this point. He'd be just as bad off.
And I mean, all of, Coca-Cola, McDonald's, all of those are all fake. Like, Why are they promoting themselves? They should be sitting in the corner and crying.
Yep.
Like, who promotes themselves? Who advertises?
Yep.
What are they doing?
Yep.
Who does that? That's completely ridiculous.
Look at the flock we took over a Pusa potluck from just a couple. But yet we had over 4,000 people in there. I mean, it was unbelievable. That was the point. What it was, you know what? The real channels that got it said it was an amazing idea, and it was. It was a fantastic idea, and yes, we plan on doing it again. Just FYI, somewhere down the road, for sure. It was a great success. And then you'll get some of them that didn't like it coming up to and complain. They'll say, "Oh, they never got 10,000. What a bomb!" Yeah, no, we only got 125 that first run, and then got another, was it 55 or so brought back to us because, of course, it checked them out. I don't care when I get them as long as I get them. That's the thing when you can back up your own content. That's the confidence that can't be faked. That's what drives them crazy, is the confidence. Yes, we're humble. Yes, I cheer on lots of channels. Yes, there's channels that have 60 subscribers that should be so far past us that we can't even see them. Agreed. But mark my words, we deserve the 10K, and I'm not apologetic for it. That's right. Do you hear me? We deserved 10K and more as long as people want to watch it. Plain and simple. The more you're going to hate on other people, the worse you look. All he is. And the most childish thing of all, the flag. And you know what's funny? I've watched this. You know, one channel's gone really rampant onto us, and other ones stood up for us and said, that's not right. They don't deserve that. That's low. Really low, and you should be ashamed of yourself. And then 2 months, 3 months later, they're doing the same thing. And it's another channel standing up for you saying, oh, you shouldn't do that. That is really low. Get a hold of yourself, you know. And then it happens again. And the cycle continues. And the one that stood up for you now is the one to turn again and again and again. Childish as hell. I'm going to tell you something. You want a little survival guide for YouTube? I'll give it to you. Anytime you hear somebody warning people about channels or this and that, don't ever kid yourself into thinking they're doing it for your own good. Okay? Xenia and I covered that in the butt hurt thing. That was cock block. That's like the guy that tries to hit on a girl at a high school or something, or a bar. She turns him down, so then he goes like running her down to the rest of the people so nobody else will try because he's upset because he's not going out with her. And that's exactly what happens on here. Time and time again. Absolute childishness. Be your own person. If you do not like Puša Studios, please don't come. For my sake and for yours. Why be miserable? If your channel is not doing well, it is not Puša Studios. It is not channel ABC, DEF, HGI, so on and so forth, causing that. It's solely on you. Our ups, our downs are completely on Xenia and I. If we do something and nobody watches it, we only got ourselves to blame. And nobody else. Nobody else. There's nowhere else to put that finger except square it ourselves. I'll look in the mirror. I mean, you can be on here for a month. You can be on here for 10 years. There's lots of people who have put in a decade at work and suck at it. And the other employees are just passing them. It happens a lot. And there's some people that start off right at the beginning and shoot right at the top. We've had channels that started later than us that just ballooned. I mean, they're flying off the page. Paul Barger, The Huntsman, all these channels. Dr. Stein-Egberg. Dr. Stein-Egberg was on our show last year. He had 3,000 subscribers. He's got 145 or 150,000 now. Mm-hmm. I couldn't be happier for him. He's not ruining me. It's not because he had 150,000 that I don't have 150,000. I mean, it's childish. Good for him. That's the way to do it. That's what we should all be on here. That's what I understood. I understood when I went on the YouTube. YouTube was a place to be a creator platform and to have it grow. And then you get the ones that go, and then it doesn't go the way. Oh, I don't care about it. I don't care about it. I don't care about it. They don't care about it. They do care about it because that's why they're yapping about it. Otherwise, they wouldn't say nothing. That's how childish this platform has gotten. But I have no part with that. I have no interest in that. I have no desire to be part of it. The same old runaround over and over and over again. It's the old expression, there's not something wrong with me, there's something wrong with the world. No, something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you. Something wrong with you.
Yeah. I don't even know what to add to it. I'm, like I said on Twitter, I'm just, most of all, I'm fed up of wasting time because, you know, my face expression when I realize that it's frozen and we're probably flagged, because you can see it before it actually the notice comes. That's how well we already know it. We know how it's gonna come. Before the notice came, I already knew we're flagged.
Yep.
Okay, because you can see the pattern in the chat right away. And I'm like, oh, really? Instead of being upset or, I don't know, crying or, well, I felt fed up. Fed up is the way I feel right now. Because it's wasting time. And like I said on Twitter, the biggest thing that I hate in life is wasting time. Wasting time on stupid things like this over and over and over. Instead of doing something useful. Like, really. And whoever flagging us this time, before that, they are wasting their time too. Instead of putting into something useful.
Yep.
Like, what? You don't have to watch us if you don't like us. Please don't. Nobody
do us
forces
both a
you.
favor. Do us both a favor.
There are millions of channels to watch. Please go watch somebody else. Please do. We are not running after each subscriber, because if you don't like us, that's fine. That's okay.
There's channel they'll message us. Oh my God, did you see what such and such said about you last night? Or they were alluding to you in that. I could care less. Don't watch them. Not interested. Once or twice to go over and check, but most times it's even a shock because I don't go watch them. No, I didn't know in advance because I don't care about them. Why am I going to, like, we have that many hours in the day between kids and everything else going on to sit there and watch stuff we don't want to watch? I mean, seriously. How empty, how pointless is your life? How much time do you have in your hands for that? It's absolutely insane when you think about it. They don't want to hear this said because it puts into perspective of just how idiotic the whole thing is. And that's the truth. Idiotic. If you have that much time to worry about what everybody else is doing and to watch what you can't stand, what is the point? What is your point of being on here? Can you not find something to make your channel better so people come in droves to see what you do? I mean, really, is that how empty it is? Tell the truth about it. That's the answer I would love to hear. Like, how I can have so much time to worry about what everybody else is doing. Such children. This mentality on YouTube just
You know what
makes
I
me
was
sick.
doing? Yeah. Thank you so much. And thank you guys for all the messages and super chats. I tried to acknowledge, but if I did miss, I do apologize. You know what I was doing yesterday? Well, Andrew was doing the new openers. I don't know if you noticed them today, but they're there. Andrew was working on them yesterday. I was researching for 4 freaking hours our show for next week, for this week. No, starting Monday.
Yep.
4 hours on Saturday, on our supposedly day off, when the kids are at home. 4 hours. Like, because we want the show that is worth watching.
Yep.
And that's why we do it. It's not like we get paid millions here. Really. Seriously. Like, for those of you that flagged us, or for those of you that are doubting what we're doing, when was the last time you were researching your live stream before the live stream for 4 hours? When? Just ask yourself.
That's the problem. That's the whole issue that goes on here. And if you can't put that kind of time into it, nobody's holding you to task for it. But then stop crapping on the ones who are.
Exactly.
That's all it is. If you can't, that's fine. Nobody's mad at you. Nobody's judging you onto it. But stop worrying about what everybody else can do or what they're willing to put into it. Xenia and I put our heart and souls into this. Okay? And once again, we hit 10,000. And if we get closed tomorrow, we can still hold our head up high. There's no way to shame us. This has got nothing to do with shame. I have zero shame for what we've done here. Zero. So the case, just to get that fucking clear, zero. Okay? I've dealt with more hacks on here that do lazy ass jobs, pitiful attempts at it, and then start hating. Not just on us, I've seen them hate on other channels too. Hacks. That's what it is. Because expecting the same rewards as somebody who's putting in a ton of work. If people aren't watching, time to change. And say, do I want to put in this much work into it? Is it worth it for me? Maybe it's not. Maybe I shouldn't go down this road. Maybe it's not for me. And that's okay. That's nobody's judging on that. The point is when people start judging on it because they can't or they don't know how to, which happens in a lot of cases, can't do it properly, it's the blame. Blame other channels. There's no blame to be had by anybody. That's the simple truth of it. This is not our first rodeo onto it. It is just a childish, jealous act. So keep that in mind, guys, when you hear warnings and stuff like that and talk about other channels and, and doing it the right way and all that stuff and everything. Also to think, I don't think anybody running a network stream has said more than us. And I'm willing to put this up to the test. Has ever said more. We can get people to go watch you, but you got to have good content. You have to have all your ducks in a row. You have to have good videos. You have to have playlists. You have to have tags. You have to have great looking thumbnails, good catchy titles, all that stuff. Then it can be a boost for you to get more notice. I don't know anybody else who has said that more than us. I can't think of anybody that said it more than us. We have constantly. That was the whole point of why the wheel worked so well, because of the mix of information and networking and entertainment. All those three factors together. And you might hate us and say we've jumped the queue, we're too fast, we're this, we're that. But you know what, in the end? People come to watch it for a reason. I remember last year we had a hater. And they were in a chat. And they were talking about us. Somebody told us. We were smaller than two, and I was more curious. I went over and seen. And I'm not going to say who made the comment, but I love the comment to this day. I don't like Puša Studios. I don't like what they do over there. But it's where everybody goes. And if that's not a victory, I don't know what is. So. Yes, even when you do put the work into it, you still have to click with your audience and keep clicking. Very well said, the Soul Stoner. That is true. Guys, tomorrow night, if we came on and did everything we're not supposed to on here and made it miserable, started making it crappy for everybody, or going in a direction that nobody liked, they're going to go away. There's all kinds of options out there. There's all kinds of options out there. Okay? And right now in my head, there's about 4 groups right now that really don't like us. But you notice it's groups and you just see Xenia and I? You notice that? Do you see that? As in the beginning, as now. We stand on our own 2 feet in here. We take responsibility for what we do in here. We take the congratulations and we take the falls. Her and I.
That's right.
Her and I are what make this tick. And that might piss some people off and that might sound arrogant. And I'm usually pretty against all that stuff, but I am going to say it right now. Okay? I would never want to do this show without her, and she said the same about me. And together, that's what got that 10,163 you see right there. 10,163 was earned by being credible, by being knowledgeable, by being entertaining, and by listening to our audience and appreciating our audience. There's the 5 keys right there. There they are. We have never stopped. We've always pushed to get more and more done, to make it more and more entertaining, to bring in more things. That's what a YouTube channel is supposed to be. So there's the secret sauce right there before your very eyes. There's the formula. That's the key to it. And if you don't get it, I could care less. It's none of my business, none of my concern, because Xenia and I are still going to keep doing what we do because we find We have the knack for doing what we need to do to please a good majority of these people, and I'm proud of that. Simple as that. Simple as that.
Now, we all are humans, and obviously we're growing the same as any of you guys here in the chat. We do make mistakes, the same as other people do. We're humans here, not robots. Hello.
Yep.
Even AI does, does mistakes. We all make mistakes. We do admit when we do. We are humans. We have bad days, we have good days. And that's okay. We're not pretending that we're perfect here. It's fine. That's what we're not at millions because we don't know yet how to be at millions. And that's not what we're trying to teach you.
Yep.
At the end of it all, you're the one that is responsible for your channel. No matter what we tell you, what other people tell you or not tell you to do, you are the one responsible for it. You're the one that have to do the legwork, have to do the research, double check and triple check what are you doing, because at the end, when YouTube or somebody like this flags you, you're the one that will have to fight it off and say why you're right, not anybody else. And the same goes with content and with views and with everything else.
I'm validated right by the people in here tonight. Whether they like it or not, there's my validation right there. We've got a lot of people in here that stood by us, watched through it. And tomorrow, if we're not your cup of tea, that's fine. That is so fine. People's tastes change. People's interests change. We don't go chasing after people. We don't go begging them to come in and all that stuff and everything else and all that. I've always said it, and this might sound arrogant. If somebody walks away, you spend more energy going after that person than going forward. You can gain 3, 4, 5 new people versus chasing after that one that left. It's not that they don't matter. It's that you can't please everybody. And that's what Xenia and I has gotten through it. I'm fine with that. I am so fine with that. Because you know what that is? And that's what they hate. We have confidence in what we do. I don't need my ego boosted. I don't need to go running around the sun seeing where this one is and that one's there and why this one's not watching and this one's watching and that. No. No. It's not worth it. Because there's so many other great people. And if they change their mind, whether it's legitimate reasons or not, that's not for me to make up for. That's their decision. But if you do, from me or from anybody, go and do something productive with your time. Find people that do make you feel good and make the content you want to see. Put more time into your content so you can get more of the content that you want out there. You get where I'm going with this? It's this childishness that people get sucked to on here. I mean, we're talking about grown adults that turn into kids. Real high school stuff all the time. I mean, like flagging us. We've been flagged many times. Like that. Okay, great. You killed the wheel off tonight. So right now, a bunch of these people don't get a chance to get featured tonight because of it. Congratulations. We're still getting some views in, so our night's not a total waste on that part. But for them that want to get a shout out, get a chance to be seen, get some points about their channel, you just screwed them out of it. So congratulations. Very well done. You really made all these people pay for your whininess. Congratulations. And people that do this stuff aren't going to be going over looking to any of the person who did it as a backup plan if this is down. They're going to see a hack. They weren't going anyways. Whether we're here or not, whether any of these channels go away tomorrow, they're still not going. There's a reason why. Take a hint. I mean, unbelievable. Unfucking believable. I mean, I'm not talking about the getting flagged. I'm talking about the points driving people to these kind of stupidity, like it actually thinks it's going to help them. That they're all of a sudden going to grow and they're going to be like, oh my God, I didn't know that channel was there. They're aware, they don't care, they don't come. Plain and simple. This doesn't change anything. It never does. I've watched more channels go down the drain hating us than I can't think of one to this day that's gotten ahead from it. I cannot name one channel. And not just with us. I've seen other channels turn against other channels and the same thing. I've never seen where it's paid off.
And without our help.
Yeah.
It's not like we did anything for that. It's just like, let it be and what shit happening.
Yep.
Okay.
Go look at our rant views. I think now with this one will count as a rant view. We'll call it maybe 7 7 for everything that's been done to us. Don't give them the time of day. Don't give them the acknowledgement. Don't give them the satisfaction of having their names said, because that's what they want, because they're not getting anywhere, so they're hoping they can daisy chain on it and try and get themselves
And
noticed.
yes, we are today. And most of all, because it screws up time for you guys.
Yep.
For you that
got
I
ripped.
seen the messages, we're waiting, we're so excited, waited all day for this and all of that. That's what it is. It is for, because it is not for us anymore. At this point, it is for you guys as well. They're screwing with you as well,
That's
not
right.
just us. They're wasting your time. They're screwing your Sunday fun day. Like, what the hell? Like, seriously.
It's sad and pitiful. This is ridiculous, and it's true. We're back up. We're up and running. If super chats are the driving force, which they most always are in this stupidity, we're still getting super chats. And unfortunately, all these people in here are not getting a wheel right now because of it. So they're not having a chance to be seen. It's you guys that get screwed from it. That's not me speculating. That's not me. That's the truth. Proof's right here, right now. We're on. Except right now, we could have been on with a wheel and people getting a chance. Instead, you guys aren't getting that opportunity. It's too bad. But that's the game they want to play with it. So they make you guys pay a lot more for it than us. That doesn't sound fair at all, does it? Unbelievable. It's easier to tear down something than to build something. Of course it is. Exactly. That's all it's driven onto is pure utter hate. Thank you for the super chat, Mike. And thank you guys all for the super chat. We do appreciate it. Inspired Champion. Oh, we went on with the wheel tonight, and once again, somebody flagged it. Funny part is I see one of the channels that doesn't like us because we get an email notification just to join our channel right after it happened. Like right after. What a surprise. I figure a channel that big would at least know to hide their subscribers.
Well, that's most likely they don't know how to.
Yeah, so that shows you what you're dealing with.
No.
Not tonight,
sticker.
Mike. Sorry.
Sorry,
bud.
I'll do another one. I'll take a rain check for that next time.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
It's just frustrating, that's guys. It's such a... And it's not just with us. I'm seeing childish stuff happen to so many channels out here. I despise the 1K, 4K so much. I hate it so much what it's done to this platform. There is ways YouTube could do wide sweeps on here and really clean stuff up. It's turned cutthroat. This dream that after that's going to happen, the money is just going to flow in. And honestly, once again, if your channel, the channels that get the most bidder are the ones that are based on the idea of super chats. I don't care if anybody likes it. It is the truth. And what I mean by that is that's the sole point of being on YouTube. There's no idea of progressing, becoming something that actually might get sponsors, corporate sponsors. They don't do merch. They don't do any of it because they don't know how and they don't want to. And how can you when you're hating on somebody all day, when you're worried about what everybody else is? There's a little thing called karma that will handle them. Yeah, Paul, I just wish they'd just go away and do their own thing. I don't care if they get paid back for it. Just go and do something productive for once. Instead of doing, I'm here to warn you about the evils of Puša Studios or the evils of this channel or that channel and all that stuff. I mean, that is such cock-block talk.
Well, I mean, unless you're in a when that it's your content, fine, go on with it. But if you're not, then maybe stay within your own thing.
Yep.
And once again, yes, we're all humans. We all, talk about this and that. But just literally keep your nose out of it when it comes to content, when it comes to flagging people.
Guess what? If we suck, nobody comes. Simple as that. That's why I will never believe we suck at it. It might break some hearts on the whole thing, but I really don't care because we are a lot of times bringing in 150, 200 in the chat at one time and all these things and all that. And once again, we have not come up with the technology to be able to control people's thoughts. So they are kind of coming in here on their own accord. I'm very bitter you grew further than me, but you started way before me, but that's still not fair. You put in the hard work and all that hard work.
Mandy, no, there will be a wheel. Of course, there will be a wheel. This has been. It's not about the.
Yeah.
Wheel have been flagged so many times that it's nothing has changed in YouTube guidelines with regards to what we do on the wheel. So there is no difference of us being flagged now or a year ago. Like it's the same thing. And Kathy, no one is here for the wheel tonight. We're here because we heard what happened. Show you support. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, guys. We do. And I know Mike was joking. I know he said something here, but Mike really puts it in a good way. I'm very bitter you grew faster than me, but you started way before me. But it's still not fair you put in all that hard work, jerks. And it's funny, but it's so true. Like that's the mentality that comes into it. That you actually just jokingly actually nailed a lot of it into it. Guys, if somebody's going to do it better, people are going to go. There's no way to control them. I don't know where this idea ever came in their heads. I have no time for dirty pool. If somebody plays dirty, I have no time for them. I just blow them right out of my mind. I don't want to see them. I don't want to look at them. Okay? And we might be kind and polite Canadians and, oh, thank you, this, and no, I'm not that. But not stupid. I can tell. I have very good sense for it. I'm watching all the time. So you have to have a keen sense on you here. And I have a very low tolerance for bullshit. Very, very low tolerance for it. See you make up on how great Sheila.
And yes, guys, you're right. You are here even without the wheel. And thank you so much for those of you, saying we're going to be here even if the wheel is not there. Yeah. And you have proved it with the views and being here when there is no wheel. Like even just looking at our, just even last couple of weeks of the video content that we, like live stream shows that we're putting out, it's only 2 times a week that the wheel is there.
Exactly.
And look at the views. Wheel is not everything. Yes, it started for us putting our name out there. But that's why, Coca-Cola comes with a new recipe or McDonald's come with a $3 Big Mac. I don't know. Yeah. But that's not the only thing that they're about, and it shows in the rest of the things that they do. The same here. You can see it. Even if we would get rid of the wheel, and we're not, it wouldn't be the end of the channel. We're doing so much else, and people still come.
Yep. Do you realize, guys, a lot of nights we're bringing in more people in here than some channels that have 300,000-400,000 that are doing live streams? No, they don't do them all the time, per se. Some of them do more. I mean, the feat that's created here already, we're more than happy with. So, and we look at it as only can get better. And that's what you have to do with your channel. I bring up the example. You open a store, because I bring everything back to real life, because you know why? It really shames the people that do stupid things on here. Because when you put in real life, like the stuff that people do on here, I'd love to see them go tell their boss and see the look on their face. Tell their wife, tell their husband, tell their friend. Hey, guess what happened Guess what happened? I have this YouTube channel, okay? And this other one's, kind of big, and, I don't like them, so I just yap about them all the time. I'm not getting my channel bigger, but you know what? I'm talking about it a lot, but I don't like it, and I'm not jealous of them, but I'm talking about them a lot. And then, get this. Are you ready for this? Check this out. They're odd, and I go, and you're going to love this. This is rich. Then we hit a flag button to take them down. And the friend's going to do this. What? No, you're not getting it. You're not getting the humor into it. No. We took the channel down. We showed them. Oh, so you went and said something to them in a private message or something, or, talked to them. No, it's better than that. Hang with me. We actually went and anonymously went and flagged the channel down to show them who's boss, and then they couldn't go on. Yes, Red. Thank you. LAME. Lame. Thank you so much. You picked it right there. You got the magic word. Lame. They would think you had 3 heads. There's no way that you could tell anybody who's not on here that story and not get the look of, like, I call it the dog look, where one ear's up, one's down. That kind of a look. It'd be impossible. Lame. Thank you so much. Very good choice. That's exactly it, the word I was going for. It is so pitiful, so childish, and so fucking pointless. You didn't help anything tonight. You caused a bunch of good people from not being able to enjoy themselves. We're on. And most likely your obsessions with super chats, it's somewhere down the road, because I've noticed that over the months I've been putting together back when it seems a common theme. We got some super chats tonight.
And usually we switch this off when we're on the rant, but you know what?
Yep.
You do it all the time.
Yep. Yep. Unreal. You know, guys, if you like us, come watch us. If you don't like us, you don't have to come and watch us. Then either it's up to us to get better and do more what our audience wants from us, or to just shut it down. There's no other third option. Blaming everybody is not going to help me. Grumbling about it and hating on a bunch of other people is not going to help me. Not in the least. Never did and never will. You can try it. I've done it. But here's the question. Has it paid off? Has it? Has it paid off is always the question. And there's a lot of people in here tonight who are very supportive, but probably pretty let down as well. They never got a chance to do it. We're still on. We're still getting all this stuff. So if it comes down to numbers and money and stuff like that, we're still here. They're the ones who missed out. All these people in here are the ones that missed out onto it. So I ask once again, is it worth it? The wheel got shut down. There's no wheel to be seen. Do you see a wheel?
Nope.
I don't see a wheel. I've seen over 200 some people in here, but no wheel. Like there was another channel the other week, one back from last year, started going on about us again. And then somebody told me, I'm like, whatever. Like seriously. Like I got better things to do with my time. Like making this channel better. Like Xenia said yesterday, guys, we're up till 2 a.m. I was working on those cards. Xenia getting everything ready for next week.
On our day off.
Answering comments. Sorry, guys. I know we're backlogging comments. We are trying desperately to get caught up. I hope you understand. Harry Huckham has spoken. Much love, Pusa Studios. Keep your head held high. Thank you so much, Skills. Do appreciate it. You know. Yeah, Scott. In short, we went on with the wheel tonight. You've been with us for a long time. You know how this story goes. And, we have no intentions of giving up, bossy. Have no fear. Have no fear on that whatsoever. You do not worry about that whatsoever. Thank you very much, though. Wyman Photography, thank you so much. Thank you to all you guys for coming, guys. I know it's been broken up tonight between all of it. Haven't been paying as much. That's another thing, too, is we make great detail and paying attention to the chat, usually addressing everybody as best we can so everybody feels that they are important, that they count. But I just feel bad for the one that flagged because it's going to go back. It is anonymous, but if it's flagged wrong, they're going to trace back to see why. Sorry, Scott. What happened was we were on with the wheel tonight, and like Old Faithful, every couple of months, somebody who's mad at us goes and has us flagged to have us taken down, because then that will ruin our life. We'll cease to exist, and their channel will flourish with groves and groves of people coming by to idolize them in their amazingness. In short, that's pretty much, I guess, the way they see it. So yeah, we had it taken down with a warning, and we're just going through the process right now. It's not our first time. I think Xenia copied and pasted it this time, the response.
Well, yeah. Yep. This is what it is about. Like I said, we knew it was gonna be down before before we even got notification, because there's certain patterns that happens. That's how familiar we are with this. Okay.
Yep. Crap, my dad makes me watch. This seems ineffective as a way to disagree with you. the trains keep chugging. Puša Studios. That's right. That's exactly it. We had some channels when we were going a crew, and we didn't like what they were doing in a lot of things. We didn't sit there making bash videos and worrying about them and stressing about them and all that. Xenia and I put our heads together, seeing what was missing, what was being done wrong, and we ran with it and did something different. That's what it was about. You know? That's the thing. That's what it comes down to. That's when the driving force behind it. Better. What do people really want to see? Within reason, we've guys, if I could have turned this into such a free for all anytime I want to. There's over 4,000 so banned. I can unban the whole works. Everybody in, get those numbers up. Want to do whatever you want? Go ahead, knock yourself out. So if all we were worried about was getting to 10,000 and a number and stuff like that, there was way easier ways to do it. Way easier ways to do it, believe me. Would have taken no time to do that part. We've tried to be the lenient as we could with also keeping our channel in the good graces of YouTube, which we're quite versed in what we're allowed and not allowed to do on here, while still making it as accessible to as many people as possible, informative as possible, entertaining as possible. And nobody can change that. And yes, right down to everything we've worked on here has been specifically made to get us better and better and better and get us more and more exposure. And if you're not on YouTube to get exposure, I'm not quite sure why you're on here, to be perfectly honest. You have every right to be. There is some that say, well, I'm just here to put pictures up so my grandkids can find them later and stuff like that, or videos and that. That's fine. You're well within YouTube's guidelines to do so. But I've had channels come in that are all about growing and doing everything, and then all of a sudden they've seen the light. They're organic. It's like Hollywood stars when they decide to eat right. They've gone organic. That's right. But they don't bother checking where that organic is coming from. That organic can come from many places. That shit could be so sprayed with pesticides your eyes spin out of your head. Organic is a relative term. It is part of it. There is places to get your name everywhere. If you put your name, if you put your channel post in a blog, and a bunch of people come see it, they're not all going to watch it through just because it was in that blog. They might get 10 seconds to do it and say, "This sucks. I'm out of here." Is that organic? If you put it on a Facebook post, you put it on, I don't know, a YouTuber shouts you out. You get shut out on a wheel. You get all these things done. Everybody's going in blind. Everybody's going in blind. It is what it is. You get your name out as many places, hope for the best. If you do not have good content, people aren't going to stay. I'm confident in mine. I am confident. I got a shout out the other day from what do you call TubeBuddy. I actually got a channel review. It was quite fun. I liked it. And because, you know, we can all miss stuff. And hey, if I miss something, I want to know. I got some subscribers for it. Did TubeBuddy kill my channel?
Yes.
Ooh. It was before I hit 10,000. It's funny it didn't plummet right there. That's strange. I don't get it. Do you?
No, I don't know how. Like,
I really thought it was going to implode. I really
seen
thought
Andrew
it was gonna
going
implode.
in. I'm like, no.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't do this to us.
We've actually gained some subscribers since this happened. This happens every time somebody tries to screw us. We actually gain subscribers. You don't like us? Stop fucking helping us and leave us alone. It's the best way. It is the ultimate way to get back at us. Because every time it helps. Every time we grow from this. I had a channel screw this last year. We gained 2,500 subscribers during that time. I mean, what else can you do? It's like the biggest help in the world. You don't like us? Forget we exist. Block us. Ban us. Think hateful thoughts in your head every time somebody utters that stupid name, Pusa Studios, that makes you want to and go on with your day. Seriously. Like, you don't need a roadmap to get to this. Exactly. Grow after the drama, except we don't even give them the drama to go with it, so there's no reciprocal.
We don't.
It's the shortest end of the stick you ever seen in your life. It's the dumbest thing to get involved with.
9 times out of 10, if not all 10 times, you know, We didn't ask for any of this. It's not like we started it. It's not like we started bashing somebody.
We grow again. 66.
You know, like all of the videos about us, all of the live streams, all of the hating and all that. You know, we get thrown into this huge thing, and it's like, well, which side are you on? We never even asked to be on there.
Yep.
Like forget about us.
No interest into it. It does no good. We are well aware it is no good for our channel to get involved into it. That's why we don't. That's exactly why we don't. For that simple reason, it is of zero benefit. In time, we can put more work into our channel. In exposure, it gets you negative exposure. Okay? There's not anybody can convince me here, unless some sort of drama channel likes, that's all they want to feed off to is the drama stuff going on. But that's their choice. They go into that willingly and they want to do it. Hats off to you. Wishing you the best. I don't want no part of it. You know, we have grown. Like, this is the sad part of it. The proof is right there. It's been ticking up. That's Social Blade that makes them so angry to see it there. He's right there doing it, showing it right before your very eyes. Unbelievable. Guys, anybody out there who's getting to that hinkling, who's getting fed up on here, please do me a favor. Walk away from it for a little bit, get your perspective together, then come back and look at your channel. Look at your channel as a viewer. Do not look at it as a creator. Don't think that just because you think something's great, everybody else is going to. Look at it. Ask yourself honestly, do people want to watch this? Does it look like something that people would watch? Or is it time for a major change? Ask yourself that. People are mad about a wheel from a website. From a website, folks. Okay? When you put it in perspective, it's pretty nuts.
Wait, I thought you invented the wheel. Like the whole big thing,
right.
you know, for the cars and bikes and all of the things. Like, weren't you the one?
Yep. All mine. I'm 6,225 years old. I feel like it some days. Can't fix stupid. Yes, Lynn. Yes, exactly. You said it. Skyray Eats says I do it daily. And that's a good thing. It is so important. So many people don't do that. They think, well, I got something up there. They're going to watch it. And then they start chasing their friends around, like in little groups, watching each other's stuff. That's the worst thing you can do on here. This is not social media. How many times you guys heard me say it? Be a peninsula. You don't have to. You don't have to listen to a damn thing I say. But if you're so worried about where we're getting ahead, that's how we live our life on here. We're not an island. We collab with channels. We work with channels and stuff like that. That's fine. This is not a social media on this place. It's a peninsula. Okay? It is a peninsula. Then there is the other side is also don't be a colony. You do not need to be tied at the hip to somebody to grow on YouTube. When have you seen the big YouTubers all say together, well, thank God all 7 of us figured this out together. Now we're rich. No, it doesn't work that way on here. It cannot work that way on here. You know, seriously. You got to accept for what it is. If you try to turn this into some social media thing, you're going to bomb. Big time. This platform is not cut out to work that way. I hate Google Hangouts so badly, they cannot get rid of it fast enough. That's what I'm waiting for. That has caused more problems on here than anywhere else. That's caused more hay wagon burning rides than I've ever seen. People have to stop taking this thing like a social media platform. It is not. It is a creator's platform for content. That's the trick to it. What doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. You got that right, bossy. You got that right, you know. Thank you for the super chats, by the way, guys. I know we're bad tonight. Usually try to be more interactive with the chat. I do apologize. Xenia's right. You know, most times if we've ever done this, the few times we've always shut off the chat, but there's plenty of room for everyone on YouTube. Exactly, Paul. Thank you so very much. Exactly. Paul is mod for a lot of big channels on here. They're not all tied at the hip and checking with each other one of them and trying to cut each other's throat and stuff like that. They see no benefit into it. That's the job of a hack. A hack that does that. No channel with any kind of decency to it does that. That's the sign that you're screwed. Imagine you went into a store. I brought up this example before. I was at a car dealership, and I was looking at the time when I bought my Mazda Tribute. And I went into dealer to dealer to dealer. I went to Mazda, I went to Ford, I went to all the Mitsubishi, everybody. Okay, where were you? Okay, you were there. Oh, good. Okay, now I want to show you what we have here. And they started selling me on the points they had in their vehicles. Then I walked into one brand. It's not their fault. I'm not going to mention it. Was the salesman was like that. Well, where have you been? Oh, well, I've been here. I'm looking at the Mazda Tribute. Pfft, that's shit. That is shit, my friend. You can't even touch what we got here. I'm going to show you. How long do you think I stayed in that dealership? About 5 minutes. You know how many times I went back since then? 0. If all he could do was sell me on what was wrong with everybody else and not on what he has, not interested, not buying. That's a cop-out. That's a cop-out. That's not quality. That's not anything integrity into it. It's a dump, in my opinion. That's why we don't do it on here. That's why I never mention John. That's why I don't do any of that stuff. I can stand on my own accord for what we've done. I don't need to worry about what everybody else is doing and compare myself to them. And if I don't like what somebody else is doing, I do a better job at it. And by the proof of tonight, once again, it gets to them. Way more than giving them some advertisement that they don't need, that they don't deserve. Okay? And you can dance around the names. There's a bunch of them do that. That's you see it all over the place all the time, dancing around, eluding and stuff like that, back and forth and around. That's their issue, not mine. But I'm not going to grow that way. I'm not stooping to their level. I believe in what we do. I believe by the people in here that like what we do. I feel bad for the people that are paying tonight for something they didn't deserve. We're still on, like I say, so it didn't cramp our stuff, but it certainly cramped theirs. So you screwed up 200 and some people's nights. Or by the time we're done, what, about 18, 1900, whatever, 2 grand, 1500, whatever, that would come in 3 hours. Screwed up their nights well. Because they plan to come, because they like to come. I don't remember sending out checks in the mail to all these people to show up, the last I heard. So, I mean, what a friggin' joke. Yeah, I know Mythcast Entertainment. I'm honestly it's honestly infuriating that you got flagged by someone watching. Well, unfortunately, that's just the way it goes on here. And I'm sorry you guys got to listen to this tonight. I'm sorry, but tonight is... Somebody just sent us a message. I'm not going to name their name in case they don't want me to. The reason you are so successful is because you think outside the box. This is how and why you bring so much value to the YouTube community. Sorry. It is very important to me that you are both very much appreciated. The ones that have nothing better to do is create unnecessary grief are the ones that won't be successful in anything at life. Amen. Amen to that.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Tonight we are here for you. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. We do appreciate it a lot. Well, I mean, guys, we got 2 threats when we were going towards the Pusa potluck. I mean, we never talked about it because I don't need to build onto that. I mean, that's how sick this can get by times. It's amazing what it does to the human mind on here. 2 threats when we have a family and everything else, and all we're doing is putting up a channel event for channels to meet other channels. Seriously. Like, you see the error in all this? You see the mindset in all this? The childishness in all of this? Unreal. Unreal. Yep. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not even sure what to say. I honestly don't at this point. I really don't. I really, really don't. Thank you so much, Heaven's Gates. Sorry. Oh, right. I know some are asking, guys. In short, I'm not downplaying it just because I don't want to put everybody through the whole explanation. We were on tonight doing the wheel, and we got flagged once again by somebody who doesn't see the wheel as fit for YouTube content, which usually happens every time we get a new round of haters. That happens. It seems, I guess it's in the manual or something. If you're not going to like Puša Studios, you have to do that. So there you go. In a nutshell, that's pretty much the gist of it. So, but I am sorry. This is not how we want to be on YouTube. Like, I mean, I have to address it because it happened to all you guys. Everybody's wondering what happened. The psychology is nuts. The Creator Spotlight show is right. Trolls hate when you buy... just saying, yeah. And I mean, guys, it does. And I don't want to sound like a wet blanket on the whole thing. It's just that a lot of people get screwed once again because of something stupid. Who has a problem with us. Be original. Don't have a problem with us. Play the other side of the fence. Try something new, you know? That one's... I mean, lots of people get to us, but we have had a run that just seemed to turn against us every time. What are we doing so wrong to them when it's all said and done? We have a YouTube channel. People come in to watch. They like what we do. You know? I should apologize for that. I should say I'm sorry for that. I should say that we're... I mean, we've heard it all over the book. We're fakes, we're frauds, we're this, we're that, we're everything in between and then some. You know? Oh, Sandy K, mostly another one that had trouble with us that's been going around again. It comes in waves. You know? It comes in waves. They believe in you when somebody's being an ass to you. Then they turn into an ass, and the new group believe in you, and so on and so forth. And it's like we have to apologize for being on this platform, and it's not going to happen. And I will not apologize. I will not apologize that people want to come to our channel. It's not going to happen. People come because they want to come, and I'm very proud they want to come. And the last I checked, I thought that's what YouTube was supposed to be about. Not the merry-go gang all holding hands. I mean, I want to grow. That's it. That's all. I mean, this is what I like to do on here. And guys, you got to enjoy the process of being on here. It can't be just about the videos. If you want growth, you got to enjoy the tags. You got to enjoy the researching. You got to enjoy all of it, because it's all part of being on here. It is like I've always said about the model train community. They're not in it just to watch the trains go around the track. They enjoy the wiring. They enjoy the scenery. Building. They enjoy the set design, building the engines, all that stuff. Same here. YouTube itself has to be part of the hobby, not just what you do on here. Or otherwise, it's not going to go anywhere. And all over jealousy, you can get rid of us tomorrow, which is not happening, but even if we were... Your channel's still not going to be any different than what it was the day before. It's got to do with you and what you're doing. Every one of us in here are responsible for our own channel. There's no conspiracy. There is no other channels that are, if they were out of the way, you're going to like rise to the top, because there's over 2 billion plus channels. Well, let's call it for what it is. Let's just say that, there's 110 semi-active minimum all the way up channels on YouTube. Not the only dog in town here by any shape of the word. So, and it's okay to have fun on here. It's okay to have all that stuff. We're not saying that. But every time jealousy consumes somebody in here, it turns into a mess. An absolute positive mess. And proof tonight. And I can't say it's because of anything else. It was flagged for a reason. This happens every time like clockwork. Every time like clockwork. We get flagged every time for that. It's about 10 or 12 times now, roughly, we've been flagged. Don't quote me on it, but somewhere around there. A lot of you have been following us for a long time. You know this is not our first rodeo. And it's always been the wheel. Always been the wheel. It's not, to this day, the algorithm has never taken us down for the wheel. Because we wouldn't have been live streaming back then because it was under the old rules. We would have been shut down for 90 days. Never. But yet we've had 10 or 12 of these. And every time they do it, I know in the back of their head they're just hoping and praying that YouTube will change its mind. Such a pointless thing. Just make your channel better. Stop worrying about everybody else. Do your own thing and do it right. And yes, guys, if you hear people slandering somebody else, whether it's through DMs or whether it's on a live stream, whatever and that, there's not many saints, okay? Let's call it for what it is. They're not Jesuit priests for doing it. They'll say it's always for your best interest. It's always for this reason or that reason. Okay? Go where you want. There's nobody holding you hostage. I can't think of anybody being held hostage for being on here. The last I've checked, anyways. Maybe there's something new I'm not aware of. So, if a channel's doing good or a channel's doing poor, it falls under the creator. We can get breaks, and that's true. That's the same as a musician. How many times have you been on a street corner and heard somebody play better than anybody that's ever been recorded? Their break didn't come around. Is it fair? Unfortunately, yes. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes. They couldn't make it that day. Their mother was sick to the audition. All these things, all these reasons why they didn't get it. Things don't always work out as they should. But if he has to turn against the other musicians, is that going to help him? No, it's just going to get him more hated for doing so. Get him more in the bad books. You know? I don't get off on hating on anybody because it doesn't help our channel, and it's not the way I want to be on here. If I wanted to be drama, I'd be drama. I'm not interested in being that. It's not my way of doing things. It doesn't help. I got kids. I'm 45 years old. I'm a husband. I'm not going through a midlife crisis. I don't need to come on here and relive and live a life that I can't live in the real world. And that's half of it that drives them crazy, because then there's no act. Because I'm happy with it. I'm not dyeing my hair. I'm not trying to act like I'm some 18-year-old gamer that I can relate with and all this stuff like that. I mean, it's foolish. Absolutely foolish. My secret weapon is here. The two of us. That's our secret weapon. That's what it is. Us being us. We're very professional at what we do. Very professional. The best we can. We own our mistakes. We laugh at them. We learned that from Linus Tech Tips. We intermingle with each other in that. We learned that from Tony and Chelsea as a husband and couple around the same age. There's all things that we've learned from channels that we've actually watched. That's why I hate so much when I hear this hating on big YouTubers that despise it, because there's so much to learn from them. And they've helped us immensely. Those keys. But we didn't do it to become them. We'd use those keys to enhance what we already do as being ourselves, but to enhance it better on the screen. You know? Enough people must like what we do to come. And having us flagged and all that is not going to change that one iota. Yeah, that's right, Miss Gast. Yeah, the photographers. They've been kind of a big influence on Xenia and I. Not right when we first started, but we started evolving more and more. And the same with Linus Tech Tips. Like, he's constantly dropping, like when he's at fairs and that, knocking over a computer or a monitor stuff, laughing it up. Their WAN show has always been known for being semi-wonky, but making the best of it, not trying to pretend. Put in a green screen and all that stuff and try and act like something you're not. Or try to act like, go and spend $50,000 on equipment that you don't have just to try and look like you're something you're not. Breathe. It's going to be okay. I appreciate that, SJ, and it will be. It's just the point is just so tired of the same childish action over and over and over, thinking it's going to get them somewhere. It's just so childish. It's channel sabotage. It's no worse than anything else you can do to a channel. It's channel sabotage. It's the low of the low that do stuff like that. Really, really low. Cowards. Absolute cowards. So, yep. The low of the low. Thank you so much, Peter Plack. We do appreciate it. Miss Florida Scratcher and Slots, hi. Hi to all you guys, by the way. I'm sorry. I know I'm missing a lot of people and a lot of comments and stuff like that. We do appreciate it. And take solstice into it. That if you're ever thinking of doing what they did tonight, or the ones that did it tonight did it, their channels are still going to be as sucky as they are. They're going to be as sucky tomorrow as they are today. It changes nothing. And it's not like more people are going to go see them or are going to like what they do. Crap is crap. And if you've gotten to the point where you're hating on other channels because of it, shows just what kind of a disaster you have on your hands. Oh, not yet, Danny. Not yet. No, it takes a little bit to go through. So, how are you, by the way?
Danny, yeah, we have. I don't know if you were here from the beginning, but we have been flagged for the wheel. I don't know how many times since we started it, and every time it comes back as a false flag because somebody decided it is against community guidelines, and it's not.
It's not a YouTube decision. It's never been.
And like we have actually directly asked our rep, again, thanks to our flaggers, we have a rep that we are ongoing basics communication, okay? So we actually asked, is it against the guidelines? Like, we didn't think so, but like, that we have had a couple of flags that came back for false. And it's not. Because the way we're doing it, we are providing information. We are reviewing the channel. We are giving tips. There is entertainment value. There is whole lot of content and value in it. So what are you exactly flagging for, So no, I mean, it's going to take them a day or two, as it always does. We have gone through this. If you get ever flagged, come to us. Well, we know how it is. Yeah. Sadly, we're very familiar with it. Speed dial, yeah, I know. But we have a really good person. And I mean, it's thanks only to this, because really, I mean, yes, you can get in touch with your YouTube, but just because of all of these happenings going on, we have had, a good conversation back and forth, so which is good for the channel. I mean, so thank you for growth, thank you for helping us with
like I said, the people that pay are the ones in the chat. That's exactly the ones that missed out, the ones that were coming tonight to play the wheel. We still grew, we still got some super chat, we still got some views. So it's the people here that paid because of somebody else's jealousy, and that's how sad it is. That's what there's not seen.
No, we can flag Miss Green Thumb. When you get flagged, you can't run the wheel then. We can go live. As you can see, we are live. And you can't flag the wheel. You can flag the live stream.
Yep.
It doesn't feel like doing the wheel right now after, I mean, we all are humans. We try to be, even through whatever going on with us, we try to be entertaining and fun and all of that. It just doesn't feel right doing that and faking something that we are not right now. So, and I mean, also it is a teaching moment for everybody, I guess, and that's why, we are using as a platform for other YouTubers as well, because yes, it is a platform where we are responsible on the message that we're putting out there. And I hope that maybe some of you that might be flagged in the future, will remember this and think, well, okay, maybe I can deal with this. It's not so bad, Totally Christina, hello.
Thank you for your patience tonight, guys. Thank you for your understanding and letting us vent a little bit. And that I know it's not the night you guys are hoping for. It's by no fault of our own, and I wish I could fix it. I would right now. I'm sorry you got gypped. I don't know what to say to you all.
Zero Infinity, if you want to join our Discord, the link is down below. It should work. I'll put it in the chat.
I'm not sure, Sean, what the number was. I don't. There was a lot of people in tonight. That's for sure. I'm not to be honest.
170 something. How many people?
Yeah.
170.
228 was the total.
Oh, on this live stream. I
Yeah.
thought the previous one, yeah.
254 was the day of the Pusa potluck.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So. Yep. Actually, that was our old record. Was 228 or 227?
Something like that,
Yeah.
yeah. What the paranormal? Thank you so much. And once again, we do apologize. We didn't see all the messages or super chats.
Thank you. And I really mean it, guys. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. I know this is not something I don't even want to like. I don't know. I'm just really sorry about it for you guys. And it's you guys that get gypped. It's really you guys that have to.
Yeah, and I will try to get to all of the messages, guys. Thank you so much. I see them on Discord. I see them in email here. I see them on Twitter. We'll try to get to you guys.
Yeah.
You know, we'll try our best. There's, you know, I'm thankful there are two of us. I don't know how anybody does view this. There's only one person, because,
Yep.
you know. No, we know that, Blended Squad, and then we're not like we're not down in the dumps.
Yes, Sean.
It's just pissed off, fed up, pissed off. That's what it is, probably more than anything.
Yep.
It's something. Oh, I don't know. I think it's like 11 or something like that. I forget now. Yeah, I'm gonna go back and go through the YouTube conversation, but something like that, you know. So, and they have been false, all of them.
Yep.
So you know. So, yeah. It's like going to work and somebody tells you, you know what, there is a construction in your space or something like that. Something like that. That's how it feels like.
It's so childish. I'm so embarrassed to be associated with these. It's embarrassing. It's just so embarrassing to be associated with this type of.
Teacup, thank you. But you know, but this is the thing. Like, I care what I wear on the live streams. I'm choosing what I wear for the live stream, not just, you know, because for us it is a show that we produce. No, it's not a TV show. We're not at that quality yet, but I choose what we wear. I put makeup on because I want you to look at something that you want to look at. You know, we're like the same with the setup with OBS. We're setting it all up. You know, Andrew is making all the little graphics and stuff that can be put together in a presentable show.
Yep.
That all is little parts of it because we put thought in it every day. You know, like somebody said, well, even just going 3 hours a day would be a lot already. Well, yes, it's 3 hours a day pure live stream, but then there's a lot of these things outside of it that make it happen too, you know. And unfortunately, those people that do flag us or hate us, they just don't see it because they don't wish to put any effort in it, you know.
Yeah, it's amazing. Oh my God,
Thank you.
There's some childish people out there. Oh my God. 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 Wow. No shame. No shame.
Break time, Rich. Hello and welcome here.
Guys, if there's nothing more, I mean, you're just gonna hear us rant about this, guys. I think it's time to end this, guys. You guys don't need to listen to this crap. I want to thank you all for being here. I want to thank you for the kind words. Sorry it happened to you guys tonight. I'm really sorry to you guys tonight. I really am. You guys don't deserve it. And next time when somebody's letting hate, just go and do your own thing and get better at it. Get better at it. And that's whether against us or anybody else is getting on your nerves. Just do a better job, okay? It's the best way to get at somebody is to do really good. All right, guys, you take care, okay?
We'll see you soon again.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Be well.